Zach said that you guys got feedback from the podcast I did with Rick.
Oh no! Somebody just sent me.
Did comment on that.
Somebody just said that they were stoked to see you on it because they listened to that podcast.
Yeah.
So we said, well, get used to it. It's the last time you'll hear Tyler talk that much. Do not get comfortable with that concept.
Everything's recording. Let me just double check.
When those guys come in, purely Arabic. One of those guys walked in, and we just went, you guys don't talk, and I'll just speak Arabic. And they think that they walked in on an Arabic podcast.
Yeah. But you're just doing, like, prayer. Like, scary Arabic.
Yeah, well, is there any other?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, when you listen to, like those prank shows, even though they're scary, there is silly Arabic.
No. Nuh-uh. Every Arabic, even poetry is
Do you know an
horrifying.
Arabic poem that you could shoot off right now?
I'm trying to think. Do I know any? I mean, I know some Arab poets.
Sure. I know some English language poets, but
Yeah,
I don't
that's true.
think I could recite.
There's
There's something about a road and
Yeah, it's
going a
basically
couple
the same
different
thing in
ways.
Arabic,
Yeah,
except
yeah.
it's a dirt road.
Yeah.
And
neither of them were traveled at all.
Neither of them are, yeah, there's an Israeli blockade on each side of them. You can't go to either one. Both roads are blocked off and they burnt down your house.
Yeah, Raheem Frost.
Yeah. We're rolling?
We're rolling, baby.
Tyler, man. Nothing like Tyler in the morning.
I know, man. It's you got like kind of the shame vibe of like somebody who did coke last night.
Every time I texted late last night, like 11, just to kind of make sure we're all still key for tomorrow. And I felt like Tyler responded so quickly. I thought he was already tucked into his sleeping bag.
Yeah, right. He was at 80s night at the Whiskey. He was dancing to a Flock of Seagulls cover band. It's actually pretty tight.
Tyler is blossoming right now. I can't wait to really fill the listeners in on what's going on in his life. It's a wild time. So
He's minutes away from like a sombrero, like or a cowboy hat, like some kind of bold fashion move.
have you thought about adopting a new Tyler?
Faux hawk.
You've kind of have what I like to call, you're similar to me and probably Bryan, where it's just like one style forever.
No, dude, I've had some phases.
Have you really?
Military phase, the punk phase, the long-haired druggy phase.
But I feel like now where you're at,
I'm
is
done.
probably this is it.
To quote the great Joe Morisi, stand-up comedian in Los Angeles area, this is my last haircut.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm probably in the same.
Yeah.
I could do something wild. I think the hair is still up for grabs for me. I could do something wild towards the end.
Like what?
I'm thinking about maybe doing cornrows.
I think you would look good with cornrows.
You think I would look good,
Yeah,
right?
100%.
People would think I was Creole.
Brazilian, I bet.
Brazilian, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wouldn't he look Brazilian with cornrows in?
Tyler, do you think, have you considered taking on a new fashion style?
Yeah, I was looking at David Lynch's haircut, and I was like, I would like that.
You got the thickness of that? Because he's got remarkably thick hair. I mean,
Yeah,
he's got a grain pattern consistent with Ramsey.
Because that's the thing, Tyler. You're as a aspiring director. I think that's sort of the last notch the last bridge we have to cross for you. Is you need a real distinctive director look.
I'm thinking of getting Howard Stern's plugs for my broadcasting.
That's not bad.
Just
That's
nice
not bad.
long curly plugs and tiny circle sunglasses.
I would love it if you only broadcasted wearing sunglasses moving forward. I forgot that he just only wears sunglasses.
Yeah, he never...
What a fucking badass dude.
I
man.
think he just doesn't want people looking him in the eye.
Yeah, he's probably got.
What happens to you when you get famous where you're sick of people looking at you?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a very good question. We'll have Howard Stern on the show maybe, and we'll see what he. I think we could maybe get him now.
You think so?
I think we could get him now.
That'd be so sick.
I think it's possible. It's on the horizon.
I'd love to do him and Hillary Clinton
Ooh,
right here
together?
with us. Yeah, together.
Maybe Hillary
They're
on a
besties.
Sibian.
Yeah, Hillary on a Sibian.
That would be sick. We hook up a lie detector to a Sibian, and we ask Hillary Clinton questions. Every time she fails, it starts vibrating.
We get her to come to, what was that thing she did? Benghazi?
Benghazi.
Yeah. We're asking her about Benghazi. She's just coming on a Sibian. What a
The
wonderful
emails.
time.
Remember the emails?
Yeah, there was emails.
Who fucking cares?
I don't know. I've never seen a juicy email in my life, and I worked for the NSA.
Zero good emails.
Yeah, I don't. Who's sending a secret email? Like sometimes I mean, I know how you are. I know you don't want anybody looking at your emails.
Oh, no. I don't want anybody looking anywhere near my computer.
Right, but like sometimes my girlfriend will hop on the computer and I'll be logged in and she'll be like, I didn't look at your mail. And I'm like, do you think I would do anything suspicious through email? What is wrong with you?
Oh, I have a lot of suspicious stuff in my email. I have a lot. Thankfully, I've dedicated one portion of my life I really purposefully I had a show for a while called Now Is Not the Time where I did wild stuff on Craigslist.
Yeah.
And I really only did that just to give myself the alibi.
Oh, so everything was, that's just a now is not the time thing.
Yeah, so when my girlfriend's like, why were you emailing a hooker yesterday? I'm like, wow. Doing a bit, of course.
Yeah.
Doing a bit to see if she'd give me a hand job for $80. It would be funny, I think.
What hooker takes email requests?
Well, back in the Craigslist days, that's what happened. Before the feds stepped the fuck in like a bunch of animals.
At AOL, at Yahoo, what was the common email server for a prostitute?
Well, I feel like Gmail had it
early,
but however, Craigslist does mask the emails, so you never know, really.
Right.
You get like AE67000 whatever.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, Craigslist used to be so fun.
The Wild West.
They took it all off.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, it all started with casual.
Casual encounters is where it was at.
Then that's what closed down, and then.
That's why I'm so anti-human trafficking. It's like, dude, you guys took away Craigslist from me.
Yeah, like what is that? What it was? There was a lot of trafficking and a lot of like every now and then a hooker would get murdered. That was off the casual. I mean, it's like. That's a risky business.
It's a risky business.
You don't want hookers getting murdered. Legalize prostitution. That's the only way you stop that. Don't get rid of casual encounters. Just legalize prostitution.
You know what? It's like, where are we going to go? Where does this end if you want to stop people from getting murdered? You know what I mean? It's like, people are just going to get murdered. Did you raise your hand?
This is blinking for some reason.
Is there any reason why I might be blinking? I'll vamp while you do that. I'll talk a little bit more about Craigslist and Backpage. How dare you take Backpage away from me? All right, that's really basically all I have. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off.
Great vamping.
It's the worst hour of the week with Brian Vokey and Ramsey Badawi.
We're back online. Awesome. What was the blinking about?
I don't know. If we didn't get that, we have it backed up on the SD cards.
You know what?
So no matter what, we got it.
I won't concern myself with such things. I'm the talent. I shouldn't be worried about lights blinking. I should only be worried about one thing, baby. Killing time. Killing 1 hour.
Screaming about casual encounters on Craigslist with a passion you've never shown before.
No, I really hopped on casual encounters initially thinking it was just going to be that. And I didn't even realize it was all hookers until, fourth or fifth hooker in.
Like, did you ever get on Misconnections and look for yourself to see if anybody was...
No, I always sort of was suspicious of misconnections. You know what I mean? I'm like, look, I like to go above board. And by the way, to me, I'm like, I don't want to meet up with you on a rendezvous. I'd like clear terms set out.
Yeah, something a little more contractual.
I'll bring the $80. You bring your hand. That's it. It's straightforward. Misconnections. Now I gotta go on a thing with you, and who knows what you look like.
Yeah, that's more into like the romance part.
Hot chicks. Do you think hot chicks used to post on misconnections?
Only if they met a rich guy.
That's gotta be the only thing, right?
Yeah, that's the only way.
I saw you swiping your black Amex card.
I saw your Rolex was a little loose in your heavy Amex card, yeah.
Do they still, Tyler, can you tell me if they still have a misconnection section on Craigslist? I want to know.
They do.
Well,
Tyler didn't even look. Tyler's like, I just posted this morning.
Tyler's like, I had a pretty good conversation with a barista. Maybe I should Google it and see if she wanted me.
I saw you last night at Dave & Buster's. You were near the skee ball machine. The adult skee ball machine.
Dear babe at the barcade.
Dude, we should open up our own Dave & Buster's. I think adult barcades are awesome.
What, just Bryan and Ramsey?
Yeah.
Bryan and Badawi?
Yeah, exactly. Catchier.
Yeah.
Let's get in on the biz now.
Will you read the top misconnection, the newest one?
Yeah, it's a attractive Asian female golfer. That's
Ooh, male or female? That's female. It's gotta be, right? Maybe. I don't know.
That's not how women talk about men.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah,
Say
yeah.
that.
that's-
Oh, this is funny. I'm reading the
Please read it.
description.
Go ahead, read it, please.
You were the Asian, most likely Korean, female golfer play on Saturday.
Most likely Korean. That's a move I do. I always claim to be able to tell.
Yeah, of course.
yeah.
Although I can tell only Koreans, though. Everybody else,
Is it because they're breakdancing?
well, no, I just grew up in a super Korean area, hung out with a lot of Koreans, wanted to be Korean for a long time, as maybe some of the listeners know about me. So I
Yeah.
kind of got a good understanding for Koreans and their love of Counter-Strike, the video game.
Absolutely. Please read on.
Okay. You were slender, dark top, and short skirt looking super sharp. Mm-hmm. You had an oversized sunglasses and mask. Our eyes met briefly for a minute, and I'm sure you knew I couldn't take my eyes off of you.
Uh-huh.
I was the Asian Caucasian older golfer, white blue top and white hat.
Asian Caucasian. That sounds like a white rapper would say that.
Yeah, Asian Caucasian. He's really trying to drive the Asian thing home. So
when
he's
he
like, I'm
says
going to say it twice.
When he says Asian Caucasian, he just means Armenian, right?
I guess, yeah. I mean, what Caucasian is very...
Caucasus Mountains.
Nobody means that. Nobody knows that. People just mean white. They're just trying to find another way to say white.
So what's a white Asian? Like
half white, half
Far
Asian,
East
probably.
Russia?
No, he's probably half white. He's probably half... Honestly, he's probably mainly white with, like, this much Japanese.
Yeah, I mean, the little bit of Genghis Khan that we all have in us.
Great-grandfather fucked a prisoner of war or something.
Yeah, in an internment camp or something.
Exactly. It's something horrible, I'm sure. He's at a golf course. Something horrible, I'm sure. Well, best of luck to him.
I hope he finds her. I hope we help. I hope we did our part to help you find your attractive Asian.
If by some chance one of the Asian hotties who listen to the show was playing golf over in what part of LA was that? Central LA, or does it say?
It says Wilson Golf Course. It's like at Griffith Park.
Okay, well, there's a good chance. We have a huge hot Asian chick listener.
I mean, we often do the Greek Theater live. That's where we tend to do our live shows. So
Yeah.
the Greek Theater in Griffith Park.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there any catching headlines there? Anyone that gets your eye?
I mean, someone's just said Denny's.
You're scraping the barrel
Oh
on casual
my God.
encounters.
If I ever get to the point where I'm on Craigslist putting a missed connection from somebody I saw at Denny's,
Yo, if you
just
see
kill me.
if
Just
you-
fucking kill me.
If you see a hot chick at Denny's or a chick at Denny's, you don't got to post on Craigslist. There's a good chance you can get a blowjob right there. and
Yeah,
then.
she's approachable.
She's very approachable. By the way, probably a great place to meet a chick, Denny's.
Yeah.
When that press her with the claw machine that they have out front, done deal.
You want 17 coffees on me? That's the best deal. You can go buy her drinks, unlimited coffee.
I had a horrible experience at Denny's recently. You know that 2468 menu that they got? Mm-hmm. It's all lies. It's all lies. It's
What happened?
they tack. Sometimes it's $2.99. Some of the items are $4.99. Some of the items are $8.50. It should be called the roughly 248 menu. Those animals.
What did you order?
I got let's see. I got
Moons over my hammy?
no, I got like a burger and fries. It seemed like a safe bet. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, it's Denny's. It seems like a safe bet. Was on the 6 menu. Bill shows up. By the way, it charged me for a slice of cheese and a burger. That should be honestly in the Constitution. Every burger should come with cheese, no extra
Yeah,
charge.
there's no reason to eat who gets a burger when a cheeseburger is
A
available?
plain burger? What
I
do you-
mean, when you go to McDonald's, there's a slice of cheese. Is there?
yeah,
I don't
of
know.
course.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
a plain burger seems like something you would give a prisoner. Like this is
Yeah.
you're in prison, so obviously you're gonna have a burger.
It
with
looks
that
like
cheese.
dog food.
Yes,
When there's no
exactly.
cheese on there.
Ooh, I have my gripes with Denny's today. I'm too fired up this morning, man. I didn't sleep at all last night. I don't think I slept at all last night. I decided to go. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to smoke any weed yesterday. That was my plan. So I got through the day, got a little extra juice in me, had a little pep in my step. But then last night rolled around, and I'm not sure if I slept.
Was it that you may have been dreaming so vividly that you don't know if you were sitting there thinking?
It's part of the reason why I wanted to take the gas pedal off weed is I wanted to have some weird, crazy night terrors. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
to shake shit up for a little bit.
I mean, the first week that you quit weed, you're gonna have nothing but horror shows in your head.
Oh, it's so crazy. Apparently, it's because your brain produces that shit that makes you dream or whatever. But weed obviously stops it. But when when you get off of it, apparently your brain kicks in and just like gives it all to you at once.
Tow truck driver.
It's tow truck driver fact, yeah, without a question. But if that is true in this economy, a much better, a good buy. Like, why go to a movie? Just stop smoking weed for a week and just fucking freak out.
Yeah, free acid for a week straight every night.
Just every time you close your eyes, wake up to a sweat.
Yeah, to a new horror screaming.
Who needs IMAX? You know what I mean?
I quit coffee, dog.
Really?
It's my second day, and it is hard.
Why quit coffee?
Because I saw somebody said it's a good idea.
Yeah,
I just right now.
You saw somebody hot say something. That's really where all of our ideas come from. Is hot people say stuff.
No, I'm just trying to there's a certain level of anxiety, and then when I get too spun out on coffee, I have to eat a bunch because it feels like my blood sugar's low, but I don't think that's what it is. But then I just end up eating garbage, and then it's just like that anxiety up all night, just
circling all day long.
Yeah, so I had a cup of tea yesterday. That's all I had just for the headache.
Mm-hmm.
The headache, dude, I can't imagine what the kind of headache you would have if you quit coffee.
I think if I ever quit coffee, I'll kill myself. I don't think
caffeine, I'm saying.
I don't think there's any. For me, I'm like, what is the purpose of life if I can't have caffeine?
Yeah, I just want to know what kind of headache you'd be working with. It probably feel like somebody was sawing your head off.
You quit caffeine. Meanwhile, I bookmarked that Bang was releasing a new flavor tomorrow.
Oh, what flavor?
It's a surprise. It's a mystery flavor. They'll let you know tomorrow. It's just called Guess.
Oh, like the white airhead?
Kind of like the white airhead. Which I love when companies do that, where they're like, I don't know what flavor this is.
Yeah.
Is this undiscernible?
Yeah, spill at the flavor factory is what it's called. But also, it's just like, we know you fucking animals are going to eat or drink this anyway, so we're not even going to fucking tell you what it is, you pigs.
This just gave me a brilliant idea. You know how, like, they'll always do this. Like, they'll have, like, the Cheez-It box, and it's all the broken Cheez-Its, and it's, like, the mistakes or whatever, and, like, people buy them. We should do that with our podcast, where it's, like, we just start putting out the broken episodes.
Oh, well, we've got a trove.
We've got a trove of them.
Yeah. The Ends and Pieces podcast.
I like this. I've been getting a lot of ideas for this podcast looking into corporate America lately. For example, Starbucks has a program where when you buy coffee on the app, you earn stars. And if you get enough stars, you get a free drink.
So you get stars, and then that gives you bucks, essentially.
Yes.
So now the name makes sense.
Exactly.
You're turning stars into bucks.
Without a question.
Oh, it's a perfect idea.
So Worst Hour, I think we could take that. It's like if you listen to enough free episodes, you'll get another free episode.
Oh, we'll punch your card every time you listen?
Yeah,
but how do we know they listen to the whole thing? Because they got to listen front to back.
Yeah, every episode I'm going to create a
quiz
catchphrase. It's a phrase. I say it in the middle, towards the end of the show.
Yeah.
And I never do it at the same place. And then if you know the phrase, that pays.
Today's phrase is, I bring the 80, you bring your hand.
I like it. Okay, I bring the 80, you bring the hand. All right, hey, if I see you live at a show, I quiz you on today's episode, you know what it is, man.
You'll get a punch on your card.
You get fucking one punch on your card. Tyler will punch your card with his hands. He'll punch right through.
It'll make a tiny little fucking hole punch.
We saw. You know what? I just realized I keep forgetting to put up that clip onto the Patreon of Tyler holding my water bottle.
We've been teasing this for a minute.
This will get on today, and serves as a little plug for the Patreon. Join the Patreon so you can see Tyler's little hands. People are wondering. The YouTube comments are ablaze with, I want to see Tyler's hands.
Imagine how cute the turkey he would draw if he outlined his hands to make it. It'd be the cutest little turkey.
If you have a monocle, you could easily see it. So you'd have to put on a monocle, or you have to put on a jeweler's loop to see his little turkey hand.
Just looking like uncut gems. Wow, that's the smallest hand I've ever seen.
All right, let's fire up the show here today. I want to take a look at this video I saw of a pastor. Actually, she's a porn star turned pastor turned OnlyFans star.
Porn star turned pastor reverts back to porn.
Took one step back towards porn, but not quite there.
Yeah. OnlyFans banned porn, didn't it?
OnlyFans banned porn for a few minutes, and then they brought it back.
And then they realized that was the only reason people are on the platform.
Listen, folks, this is a case. This is why I argue for a decentralized finance system. Okay, these payment processors are the guys who, essentially what happens is Visa, MasterCard, all these a-holes. They go, hey, we're not going to process payments for porn anymore because XYZ, child porn and blah 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 blah, and incest and yada yada.
Scary
yada.
words.
Oh, human trafficking.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
They just try to give you the
Ooh,
heebie-jeebies.
kids doing porn forced against their will.
Ooh.
But I'm actually saying scary things.
Yeah.
I think they tried to do it, but eventually they got enough pushback on it. They backed off of it. So let's check out this chick.
Got more blinking.
More blinking
I truly
lights.
have never seen that, and I don't know what that means. Do you want to?
Still recording, I think.
Okay. Well, either way, we got it on all these SD cards.
Okay.
All right. Let's just play the video. We'll see.
I went from porn star to pastor to OnlyFans. After porn, I did a 180 and became a pastor, and now I just want to be me. Doing OnlyFans as a Christian, I know
That's my favorite line. Christian OnlyFans.
already telling me that I'm going to hell, but the way I look at it is this: nobody in this world can send me to hell. Nobody. Only God can.
Now that is a good point.
And he will.
And he will. On no certain terms, he absolutely will.
Yeah, but you still make a good point, lady.
A point's a point.
And I didn't want to shoot for the longest time. I was like insane.
She sounds
I
like
was not able to afford
she's been
myself.
lobotomized. You know how like certain people who've done porn have that
Getting into the industry.
tonality
When I
to them where they
was
just
fully
seem
in the
Yeah,
dark,
it's
kind of
like
dead.
all the cum in them eventually got to the brain. It's like,
when I left the
she's pretty
industry,
hot.
I
Can
was
we?
going to
She's a
church,
MILF,
and
certified.
that was one of the
Yeah,
times
for
I
sure
got
she's a
saved,
MILF.
was in the church with
Oh
my
wait, she
sister,
still preaches?
And I was going through a terrible relationship.
That was just
at the
some
time.
B-roll of her
Yeah.
back in the
I
day.
got saved, and I felt the convictions on me and everything from doing porn. My experience as a pastor was extremely difficult.
Oh, she's from
I have a lot
Chicago.
of respect for pastors and the stuff that they go through after going through it
After?
myself. They judge you by
I guarantee you, when
everything.
she was a
God forbid
pastor,
a pastor
the
has a
pews
drink
were
of wine
full of
or
dudes.
anything
Just
else.
like, I'm super religious now.
Yeah. Can I do a confession with you?
Could you imagine going to church and then being like, I'm going to go home and beat off to the pastor?
Again, I told her, I said, I'm not here to control you. I want you to do what makes
I mean,
you
I come from a
happy.
religion where a woman can't do that.
break up our
Can't go-
marriage. I'm
A
down
Catholic,
with it. I told her
the
I
Catholics,
support her
the priests are all men.
I set up my
Oh.
OnlyFans account.
There's no
I used
women.
My old name, Nadia.
Wow, you don't even wanna know
Basically,
mine.
like, brought that
I mean, I
back
feel
to
like
life.
I can guess.
I don't have to do a whole lot about it. My husband actually manages the page for me. The way
Hell
I
yeah.
look at posting adult content is God brought me into this world naked. Posting pictures naked, I don't think is this big, huge crime or, this big sin.
My
It's actually a good
feelings
point.
As far as people
Actually,
looking
God
at
brought you into the world
crystal
as a baby,
pictures and videos,
so if you were naked and posting
anyway.
pictures as a baby, it'd be a huge
Google her
sin.
and
Well,
pop
God
up
made
and
my
I go,
baby naked, so I'm selling photos of my
She's all
naked
mine,
baby.
so I'm not really
But
too
also,
worried about it.
like,
I
Hit
am a
pause
little
on this.
worried
isn't
about
she
Olivia.
kind of like luring people into coveting somebody's wife?
Yeah.
Which is like one of the 10.
I think that's absolutely one of the 10, yeah.
Like, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, and here she is, a Christian pastor married on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So she's manipulating me into sinning.
That is very
I mean,
true.
she's not sinning.
That's absolutely true. Hello. We have some visitors here at the studio.
you could have just kept going.
No, you have to address it. You have to
absolutely just-
address it. I'm of the school of broadcasting that if something happens in the room, you have to address it. Yeah, he did. No,
Yeah.
I don't care in any capacity. It was just the most unfortunate part for them to walk in on, I thought.
Yeah.
I wish they would have walked in on us watching her preach earlier. She was a pastor.
They wouldn't have heard it, though. It's going through the headphones.
Anyways, this doesn't work in my religion. There's no flip on this one. I feel very similarly to you. There's no imam turn porn star, though I would watch that. Imam turn porn star would be fucking awesome.
Would that be is that a rule?
What's
is there
that?
a rule written down that you can't do that kind of stuff?
It's heavily unspoken.
Because I know there was no video cameras in the year 900. So,
yeah.
But I mean,
Did the Prophet Muhammad weigh in on
yeah.
whether or not you can actually jump in on that? That's a good question. I'll ask Imam
yeah,
Omar.
seek some counsel. Seek some counsel on the subject.
I wouldn't even say the word porn in a mosque.
No.
It's a pretty,
Yeah.
pretty uptight former bank. that I worship at.
You know, and there's not a lot of time. They got the AA meeting coming in right after.
And then, of course, everyone's got to move their cars. Mosques, by the way, because there's like on Fridays, so many Muslims show up to pray. There's always a huge parking situation. They're never prepared for parking. So you'll oftentimes see imams doubling up as parking valets.
See, that's it.
So they'll do the sermon, they'll do their preach.
Do they still have the
whatever.
microphone on, the headset mic? Because they use a lot of gamer microphones.
They'll talk a lot of talk about like parking in between what they're like, in between what they're talking about. It's a lot. It's my favorite.
That's a good score, though. If you live near a mosque on Friday, you just sell your driveway
Yeah.
to let people park.
Not bad. Not bad, dude.
Yeah, because I used to do that with UGA football games. $20 to park in my, and I had a huge, it was like a warehouse that I lived in. So, and we would charge $20. We could get 16 cars in there.
You and me, we purchase a home. We purchase a home right by Masjid Omar Farouk, which is the one
of course.
Everybody knows Masjid Omar Farouk over in Orange County.
Yeah. Farouk was a wrestler. I got that.
Yeah. Farouk is a good name for like just a general Muslim dude. I think
Like
I'm gonna name my
scary
son.
guy.
I'm gonna name my son Farouk.
What was his Nation of Islam? What were they called? The black wrestling crew?
I don't remember.
Where Farouk was like in charge of it in WWE?
That was before I got into wrestling. I got into wrestling for a short window of time.
Right.
It was like on channel. It was on UPN. That's when SmackDown come on, and I didn't have cable, as I've said a million times on this show. So that was before my time. There's no doubt that if I knew that there was a black Muslim in WWE, I would have been, or WWF. I would have been so stoked about that.
Yeah, Farouk. You know who I'm talking about? Is that him?
Mm-hmm. I'm on his Wikipedia page.
Yeah, I think he was in it was like The Rock was in it too. That's like where The Rock started. They all wore like those prison Muslim hats.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. The Nation of Domination.
The Nation of Domination.
Hey, Tyler, are those chicks still here?
No.
Okay. Just to say really quickly to our listeners, we just had some people come in and check out the studio while we were doing it, just so they know what was going on. Mm-hmm. And both of them looked like they could have been pastors turned OnlyFans stars.
Yeah, they did look
They really did.
So it felt that if you heard any ounce of discomfort in my voice, it was purely that.
Yeah.
It was purely me fighting the urge to be like, you two look like you could be this chick.
Yeah. We went from, having a good time to potentially hurting somebody's feelings. Is that what you're worried about?
I was so... Fuck their feelings. I was worried about the business.
Yeah, no.
You know me, sales first, baby.
You want to land that deal? You don't even
if I
work
have
here.
nothing to do with the deal, I wanted to be like, really quickly, let me show you guys a little bit about the studio.
Yeah.
I immediately wanted to jump
You
in.
pull out the Glengarry Glen Ross brass balls. You know what it takes to podcast in this studio? Balls.
Oh, I love sales.
Big
I love it.
brass balls.
I'm learning a lot about our if any of our listeners have a sales position for me, I'll take it.
Put the liquid death down. Liquid death is for podcasting closers.
I'm telling you, dude, either our listeners are all liars or all of our listeners are way too qualified at their jobs to be listening to this show. I opened up a Discord recently, which you can access exclusively on the Patreon. A lot of lawyers and, teachers or whatever, but a lot of lawyers. And
It depends on what they teach.
depends on what they teach. Do
Like
they teach law?
If you teach like samurai sword fighting, that's sick as fuck.
Absolutely. If you teach Islamic religion, I'm in. I'm
Yeah.
in 100% on that
A
one.
professor of God.
But if you got a sales position for me, let me know. I'm interested. I don't
Yeah.
even want the money. Just want to close, baby.
Yeah, you just need that fix.
Ooh, feels good.
When's
Feels
the last
good.
time you closed a deal? When's the last time you had a sales job?
I had a sales job during the pandemic, at the beginning of the pandemic. When everything went down, I was selling legal insurance for a little while. Kept it quiet from the listeners.
Yeah. So would you like? Did you have a pitch, or did you make?
Did I have a pitch?
What my question is, were you organic about it, or did you have like a script?
They gave me a script. I used it for a few minutes. Within 2 days, I was talking to people as if I had been there for 30 years.
Yeah. Foot on the desk.
Without a question.
For some reason, you're using an old-timey phone, so you're picking up the receiver and the fucking body of the phone, walking around the office.
I was at the very beginning of the pandemic. I got a job, and the job is gone, and I lit it on fire. But I was really worried, right? We were all worried. So I got this job. I was working for the guy who started LegalZoom, and nobody would go to the office because of the pandemic except for me. I went to the office because I was like, fuck it, you got the office. So I would walk around with a headset on, just walking around the office closing deals. They had like little penny boards. Remember when I was riding around on penny boards for a minute?
Yes.
I was stealing them from the office.
Yeah, you were just riding. Yeah, you go through a lot of phases.
Oh yeah, the penny board.
I forgot about the penny board phase.
Yeah,
Tyler says that's embarrassing.
Tyler,
I thought
my man, I thought of all people, you, who probably sees the penny board as a regular skateboard, would have been super into the penny board phase of my career.
That's true, dude. We got to get you. Could you imagine Tyler on a longboard?
Dude,
He would look like he was back in the Navy on a ship.
Tyler runs to the front, scoots, runs to the back to turn.
Yeah, he pushes it, lays down, and takes a nap.
Puts up a mass. I was literally circling the office on a skateboard, just talking to people. Oh, you trust me. You do not want to put yourself in a situation where somebody takes a bite of your cake and all of a sudden they're sick. And guess what? You're not formed as a company.
You're a real Wolf of Wilshire.
I was the real, yeah, dude. I was in the same building. I worked in the same building as the CNN, where the CNN office is, and that was one of the funniest experiences of my life because every other day it'd be like, just so you know, somebody's threatening to kill Anderson Cooper today. So we're the office. They don't know that Anderson Cooper broadcasts from a cave underground.
Yeah.
Like they think he's here.
Yeah, in the studio. I mean, yeah, Tucker Carlson's recording from Maine.
Yeah.
Like upstate Maine.
People literally think because it says CNN on the building that all of them
They're
hang
all
out
like
in
the
there.
Muppets.
Yeah, it's like there's like 3 producers who live.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, they had the Spanish CNN, the crew there all the time.
Oh,
so
yeah.
If you guys want to have at them, go for it. I mean,
CNN.
CNN. What's C in Spanish, Tyler? Is it just C?
Yes, it means yes.
No, come on. No. Come on, man. We're not going to do a who's on first with this one. Yeah, I love it. That's the phrase that pays for next week.
The phrase that pays.
We're turning into a goddamn morning show. Phrase that pays. CNN.
Did you ever meet Don Lemon?
Never met Don Lemon, and you know I have questions for him. Have you ever hooked up with Anderson Cooper being the number one? Why wouldn't they hook up? They're both gay, good-looking dudes who work at CNN.
They understand each other's experience in life.
It's like, imagine if there was another edgy podcaster and she was a Palestinian woman who ran away from her religion or whatever and was also addicted to energy drinks and nicotine vapes.
Right.
It's like,
what a catch.
I would have to date her. There would be and she also was under this studio. I'm trying to add more similarities.
Yeah.
Just that alone, I guess, isn't
It's
enough.
not enough, no.
Who also sold legal health insurance.
Yeah, you're like talking to your girlfriend. Babe, what was I supposed to do? She liked vapes. I think she was Palestinian.
I think. Maybe. There's a chance she was Palestinian. I didn't even get the rest of it. I just met her on Craigslist. All right. Fantastic show for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining us. Worst Hour Podcast, as always. Big ass Ram Dog here. My man, Brian Big Business Vokey, holding it down. We got Tyler, Tiny
I think Tyler
Hands.
just fell asleep for a second. We looked over. Tyler his head was nodding like he was on Oxy.
We're broadcasting on an early morning. I want this to be our time slot forever. I do. Tyler, when is your time? Like, when is it like when are you in your prime? Because it's not in the mornings.
It's probably like 9 o'clock, 9 p.m.
9 o'clock at night on the
9
dance
p.m.
floor. Watching a fucking Kiss cover band at the Roxy.
Four drinks
Pretty
in.
good.
4 drinks in. Well, 1 regular drink for you and me.
Yeah. Yeah.
My favorite bit. Tyler's the same size as me.
He takes a shot of whiskey on the rocks. He's got a shot glass in his hand full. All the fingers are around it, just sipping on a shot glass.
They give him a double, 2 hands. He's like, it gets heavy. It's like the same size, but it gets heavy when it's a double. So funny.
So you go to college? Just holding a shot glass. Yeah, college is tight. That's dope. Yeah, I'm in college too. Dude, I met the perfect girl. She's in college, just like me.
Tyler, are you still in college?
Yeah. We'll be in college forever.
See, this is why I always tell people, just so you know, government, it sounds like a good idea. What their plans are, they go, hey, we give free college to people who are in the military. Now people are in their 50s and they're in college.
Yeah. Get their third, associate's degree.
People don't know this about Tyler. He's in his 50s.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic show today. Manny Pacquiao running for president of the Philippines. So excited. Well, of the Philippines, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
not a huge shot over here. He could run certain congressional districts.
He could sure take the Daly City district up in the Bay Area.
I live in a pretty Filipino area of Los Angeles. He could easily take, the whole northeastern block if he wanted to. If he wants to give me a call, I'll give him some advice on that.
Never met a group of people who love the N-word more than Filipinos.
You know what it is? I know some Filipinos who say the N-word as well, and oftentimes Filipinos are just treated like they're black. So they just sort of get the N-word hurled at them. Sometimes.
Yeah, Ali Wong has a bit about jungle Asians getting treated like shit by other Asians.
Yeah. They get it rough. So, look, I'm gonna give Filipinos permission to do it.
Oh yeah, no, believe me, these kids were scary. I was living around. They were like gangbangers. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Look, it's not for me.
It's not for me, but if you guys want to...
I'll eat those lupas or whatever. Those things are just...
Lumpia.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Oh, dude, Filipino food fucking rules. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, look, keep the lumpia coming and you say whatever you want to say. I'm
going to get a water while you...
Go get a water. Haitian migrant crisis at the border. That's been wild. Out there with whips and stuff. Do you see those pictures? Good for them, dude. Just getting after it. New Justin Trudeau blackface picture. Although we just discovered it's not really all that new. I thought it was new.
No, it's just who was holding on to that? Do you think? Well, we'll get into it. I have some thoughts.
I have thoughts on the Gabby Petito situation. We'll say. And this is something you have not seen and you're going to fucking love. An exclusive interview with Omar Bin Laden, Bin Laden's son. And I'm telling you guys right the fuck now, it's going to shock you.
Really?
The pathway that Omar Bin Laden has taken in his life is going to shock you. And this is his first U.S. interview ever.
How many kids does OSB have? OBL.
I think he has, let's see, Hamza. Had... Omar, he had one that died on the compound with him, which...
Shocker.
That was a shocker. He has a couple of daughters, a couple of wives. I mean, we're looking at least 10. I'm going to say 10.
10's a conservative guess, I would imagine, with
10,
4 wives.
When we pull up the video, as we watch it, Tyler will tell us how many kids he has. He'll do the research on it, so stick around to the end for that.
3.3 kids per wife. That's not that much.
I'm telling you, the interview is hilarious. You're going to love it.
I can't wait.
Be sure to follow the show, by the way, all social media platforms at Worst Hour Pod. Give us 5 stars on all, everything. Give us 5 stars on the podcast app, on whatever else you can give us 5 stars on.
On our Starbucks cards.
On your, if any of us gives you a ride via Uber, please give us 5 stars. It's the least you could do. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Yada. You get it. Patreon.com/WHW. Join the Discord, all that fun stuff. If you're already in the Patreon, join the Discord. I've been fucking chatting up everybody lately. It's been so fun. I love it. Have you ever been on Discord before?
No.
Have you ever been on Slack?
Nope.
Okay, well, then there goes that description. It's like Slack, but for people who need Adderall. It's a very wild... People who listen to this job, who've worked office jobs, listen to the show, know what Slack is. All right. Let's start with Justin Trudeau's blackface picture since it's the least exciting news story. I thought it was new. I was so excited.
I know.
About
If there was a 4th one, this would have been his 4th, because I know there's a series of 3, but this is back from his Arabian Nights party.
Is this what he thinks Arabs look like? This is not how any Arab looks like.
There's no person alive that looks like that. That person looks like a human being who was lit on fire.
So this came out just... You know what's so funny about this is it totally worked because this was released on the eve of the Canadian election, which he was up for re-election, or his party was. It's a parliamentary system, so I don't think he gets voted specifically. He did narrowly win. He does retain power.
Yeah. Well, also, what kind of bullshit smoking gun is this? Where they why did they think this was their ace in the hole? There's already been 3 pictures released, and the guy keeps getting elected.
Yeah.
So why would you think this would be the one? They're like, oh, but this one's in color.
They did color this one. So this one, I Love Lucy'd it, where they would show, or
Right.
you brought up Wizard of Oz, where they go back and color it. So they made him even look more hilarious and more racist with the coloring. It might not even have looked this bad in person.
Yeah, it's pretty wild from here. Like, I'm looking at, the picture's about 5 feet away from me.
Yeah.
And his mouth looks like the most racist thing I've ever seen in my life. It's horrendous.
Yeah, he is. I mean, I have never seen anything this black before. Like, he's got literal shoe polish all over his face.
It straight up looks like a charcoal mask.
Is this what he thinks Arabs look like? I mean, I don't know who should be insulted with this. Should I be insulted by this?
I mean, you can choose to be if you feel like it's beneficial.
Well, then I choose to be.
But let me ask you this. Have you ever seen anybody ever wear a hat with a feather coming out the front?
I have. You know what? I have not.
Out of all the goofy hats you've seen.
And I'm telling you right now, my grandpa has Aladdin's bell shoes on and everything. My grandpa literally dressed like the goofiest Arab on the goddamn planet. He literally, I know I've showed you guys pictures, but I found even more pictures of him when he was like a kid wearing a vest, just like Aladdin.
I love like in my neighborhood, 'cause it's like almost all Mexicans. I love like the older Mexican dudes who are like, yeah, I know nobody else dresses like this in America, but I'm just going to keep doing this.
Cowboy hat
with the big curly boots, plaid shirt tucked in with a bolo tie, like just like waiting for the bus, just full. I mean, it's akin to putting on a tuxedo, like the amount of work it is.
It really is a ton of work for looking sloppy as shit, too.
Yeah, and looking insane. It's like you're looking around, and you're like, literally nobody else is dressed like this except for one guy in the area. And he's like, yeah, this is just what I do.
I know you have, I don't want to say contempt for your neighborhood.
No, I love my neighborhood.
You love your neighborhood, right?
I love it to death.
I love your neighborhood, too. I used to live in a predominantly Hispanic neighborhood, Mexican neighborhood specifically,
I could not recommend it enough. Living amongst.
You're right.
Yeah.
I was walking around your neighborhood the other day. I had to park kind of far, which is part of the deal. It's part of the deal is you don't get easy parking.
Yeah. Well, that's where all the like Roto-Rooter vans and the tow trucks. I mean,
they've got to park their work truck.
Yeah, all the work truck. And I mean, there's several work trucks on my block that take up 2-3 spots each.
Scary ice cream trucks.
Yeah. And all the mobile work vehicles. They sleep in my neighborhood.
And then they have, on top of that, 4 generations of family members living in the house, and each of them drive. So it's like they got the van, and this. So it's a lot of cars, a lot of parking. But I was walking through your neighborhood, and I realized there are some things about a Mexican neighborhood that are just so goddamn good. First of all, the guy who's always drunk, like every Mexican neighborhood I've ever.
Barucho?
Borracho.
What's a borracho? What is that?
It's an alcoholic. He's a drunk.
Yeah, you know the playing cards?
Yes.
The Mexican playing cards?
Yeah.
There's one that's a borracho, and it's just a guy laying on a wall wasted.
And we always be like, hey, that's Arturo.
Dude, there's always got a one in the neighborhood. To be there to serve. He's not dangerous, but he would be a horrible witness of a violent crime.
Yeah.
Because he's just the least reliable guy on the planet.
Well, it's whoever paid him most recently is the side he would take.
I was walking by him coughing, and he was like, "Salud, salud."
Yeah.
So I was like, God
there's a liquor store where there's what I call like the milk crate crew.
Yeah.
Where there's 3 of them sitting on milk crates waiting for the liquor store to open.
Love it.
And there's still like a sense of pride amongst these 3 drunks in my neighborhood where they'll help, like if a Pepsi truck pulls up, they'll just jump up on the truck and help the guy unload.
I love it.
Which is like very against the rules.
I
as far
love
as
it. It's so against the rules. Insurance would freak. If white people saw that, they'd lose their mind.
Lose their minds. But there's even though they just want to sit around and get drunk all day, these 3 guys, they still like have to kind of tie it into work. They're sweeping the driveways near around it.
The amount of joy in a Mexican neighborhood on any given day, it's like there's at least people having fun. Like you're walking by, there's some party, there's something going on. Like as challenging as it could be to live around it sometimes, because sometimes those parties go on pretty fucking late.
Yes, they do.
It's nice to be in a place where it's like, oh, you guys enjoy your lives around here.
Yeah, you like your families.
You like your families, you're smiling, you're fucking knocking a piñata around. Like, it's a little bit violent for me, but either way, you're having a good fucking time.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of like, fuck you, Dad.
Yes.
You don't see like that kind of energy going around too much.
You walk around certain neighborhoods in Beverly Hills, you're like, ugh, I just feel that everybody here
It's
wants,
all well, it's all people from my neighborhood raising those kids as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're,
exactly.
they're in Beverly Hills having a great connection with somebody else's kid and then coming home and having great connections with their kids.
It's just fucking amazing, dude. I fucking miss it so much. My next the next move is going to be back into a Mexican neighborhood.
LA was my first time ever. I've only lived in black neighborhoods as an adult.
And LA was your first experience, and now you're never gone back.
I'm not going to get into comparisons.
Yeah.
I'll just say I like this better.
I think I would argue that is a very strong comparison.
Well, I guess I'm not comparing, but I'm saying I'm not going to get into the reasons why. I'm not going to break it down because that'll get me in trouble. But let's just say that I love my neighborhood now more than any other neighborhood I've ever lived in.
Black people walking around dressed like genies, like Justin Trudeau.
Yeah. Do you think Justin Trudeau thinks
that's what black people are?
Yeah. Does he not know that Arabs are like kind of OG white?
Yeah, I don't. I have no idea. I by the way didn't know until yesterday that Canada has only 39 million people that live in the entire country.
Yeah,
that's smaller than, or about the size of California.
About the same size as California.
That's fucking nuts, dude. We should move to Canada.
I think it's the third largest country in the world land mass wise.
Yeah,
too.
Jesus, dude, they have nobody that fucking lives there.
Yeah, there's probably a great deal in real estate. Beer is very expensive there, though.
Is that so?
It's like crazy.
They probably tax it up and down like a motherfucker.
But you can, if you live in Vancouver, you can freely shoot heroin.
Oh, they have one of those junkie houses or whatever.
It's junkie cities.
Junkie cities.
Yeah. I mean, they'll shoot you up for you. Like you can go into a place and they'll give you heroin. It's called a shooting gallery.
Well, you could shoot up here in Los Angeles just as easily. You just have to trip and fall.
But you don't get a knife. You
just have to fall into one of the syringes on the floor. I regularly see syringes sticking out of fences. Mm-hmm. People are being malicious with where they're leaving their fucking drugs.
Well, that used to be when I was a kid. That was like a rumor where they'd be like, "Oh, people are putting AIDS needles in payphones."
Yeah.
Where you would get the coins out of the payphones.
Yeah.
Like people were like, "There's AIDS needles in there." So if you check for quarters, because as a kid, I would check every payphone for a quarter.
Yeah. What happened is all of those people who heard those rumors grew up and became junkies, and now they're all doing it, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fucking horrific. It's so scary to drive in here in the morning. That's another I miss this neighborhood as well. I used to live around here.
Yeah, I hate this neighborhood.
It's not as fun as your neighborhood, but there is something to be said about walking up and just seeing a guy like having the worst day of his life, but being all right with it because he's smacked out of his mind.
Dude, I can't walk one city block in Hollywood and not feel like an ass for not dedicating my entire life to figuring out how to solve homelessness.
You know what? I feel the exact opposite. When I see it in Hollywood, I go, there's no fucking way to figure this one out, dude. There's no fucking way. That's a weight off my shoulders.
Yeah, dude. I'm playing hurdles over dead bodies, and I'm like, everything I'm going to do for the rest of the day feels meaningless because all this fucking suffering I just walked by.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now I'm going to go record a fucking podcast?
I do it in spite of them. I go, hell yeah. I go, everything I'm about to do is meaningful today because I'm not this dude.
Yeah. It just feels like we're all just letting people die right in front of us.
Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I don't want them to die. I'd like them to live and do all this other stuff. But, some things are just, it's like global warming to me, some of this, where I'm just kind of like, you know what? We're all dead. This is over. Who gives a shit?
I mean, I wish I had your attitude. It seems like a lot more peaceful.
As I'm chain smoking, as I'm vaping and pounding my second energy drink of the day. Yeah.
Yeah, you seem a lot more at peace.
A lot of peace.
Yeah.
Well,
Taking a fucking enema of Rockstar up your ass.
I need 10 energy drinks to not be too depressed to kill myself. But yeah, all right, it's very peaceful. Let's check out Manny Pacquiao, our boy.
Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao, 9 weight division champion, like 11-time champion.
He is running
9 weights. Do you understand? Before we get into Manny Pacquiao,
this is why I wanted to bring the story up. I thought you'd have some insight on it.
He started out at 105 pounds as a fighter. He was malnourished. Like people cut weight.
Yeah.
He was not supposed to weigh 105 pounds. He was
had to,
like
try to
starving.
pack weight on. Yeah,
He was like starving. He started out as 105 pounds, which I believe is what is that? A straw weight? It's like the first one.
In wrestling, it's the absolute lowest. weight.
Yeah, that's what it is.
105.
In men's boxing, it is too.
I have a very good gauge on what a 105-pound person looks like because I remember the small dudes who used to wrestle 105. Tiny people.
And he went from 105 to 147 pounds.
Most chicks I know are not 105. You know what I mean?
know.
Like,
No,
most small petite chicks.
That's a tiny
not.
person.
Yeah.
So and you got to understand when he's a champion at 147 pounds. Most of those people walk around at 180, 160 pounds and cut down to 147. He rose from 105 to 147, and he was whooping these people's asses.
A lot of talk about Gabby Petito in the news, which great name for somebody as petite as her.
Yep.
She was 120 pounds or something like that.
Yeah. 15 pounds on Manny when he went pro.
She had 15 pounds on Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah. So the guy now...
Don't know if it would have helped her, but...
I think... Personally, that Duarte, so the current president, Duarte, is a dictator.
Kind of a Trumpian figure, part of the rise of the
way
of the
worse
right
than Trump
figure. Yeah, very. I mean, this dude, if I'm not mistaken, like advocating death penalty for drug users.
Yes,
like,
not advocating, implementing.
Oh, is it actually been implemented?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then also, when people were like if they were violating the lockdown, he ordered his police officers to shoot people in the street. Which I think the police were like, we're not doing that.
Really? Even the police?
I think even the police were like, we're not. Calm down, dog.
You know, you got to be on some wild shit.
I know.
When Filipino police are like, okay, we get it. We've busted a few heads in our day.
Yeah, let's have a little compassion.
Well, were people violating the lockdown? I imagine not. I would try to protest, motherfuckers.
Well, I believe they had, for a while, they were number one in death.
Yeah, they had to be.
Yeah.
But mainly by the police? Or?
Right. I think,
so funny.
And then Brazil passed him, and then, of course, the United States came up.
Yeah.
But so he's beating Duarte, or he's fighting Duarte, and I wouldn't be surprised if Duarte just had him killed because he's a legit threat. He's the most popular Filipino in the history of the Philippines. There's no, I mean, like, you know, Bruce Gray, friend of ours, maybe has been on the show. Did we put that up?
Yeah.
So Bruce and I both, or was it you? I forget. It might be your story, Tyler. But I went to buy a heavy bag off of Craigslist, like a punching bag, and I went into to buy the heavy bag, and the garage in which it was stored was a Filipino dude's garage. Shrine. 3-wall shrine to Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the most insane thing. And then did you have that same story? So it is Bruce. Bruce went to get something off of Craigslist. It was at a Filipino's house, shrine to Manny Pacquiao in their garage. I mean, this guy is worshipped. Like, people were getting up at like fucking 3 a.m. to watch his fights.
Yeah.
So, like, he's the most popular guy. And he's gotten into he's a devout Catholic. And he said he doesn't really believe in homosexuality. He doesn't have doesn't have the best opinions on homosexuality. But that being said, even with his ultra conservative ass, he is 10 times more left than.
Is he considered a liberal in that?
Yes.
In that party.
Yeah, he's like, I think he's called like a Christian Democrat. I forget.
Let's watch a couple minutes of this. I think they'll probably answer some of these questions here.
I love Manny Pacquiao so much.
I have thoughts for sure.
He's had a glittering career as a fighter and as a senator in the Philippine Parliament.
Such sick hair.
He looks amazing.
He looks like Bruce Lee.
42-year-old Manny Pacquiao
He's
is
only
running
42?
for the highest office in his country. He accepted the nomination of his political allies during a National Assembly.
Does he know where he is?
He does not look like it.
Party.
We need progress. We need to win against poverty.
Why not do this in Tagalog?
We need government to serve our people with integrity, compassion, and transparency. The time is now. We are ready to rise to the challenge of leadership.
Well,
See, I gotta tell you, when you're talking in your second language, it's hard to tell if you're punch drunk or not.
He has been picked by a rival party faction to run for vice president. Critics say it's an attempt to cling to power.
In the Philippines, you're only allowed to have one term, 6 years. And I think Duterte is trying to find a loophole in the Constitution.
So he's not even allowed to run again.
Yeah, I think he's running again, though.
By having a proxy candidate take his place, and he running as vice president. And when that happens, if his proxy candidate wins, that candidate might be willing to step aside, and he takes the place as
That's a
president.
great gig.
Putin style.
Born
Oh,
from
that's
a
the
poor
gig I
family
want.
in
Yeah,
the southern
dude.
province of
Just
Dawn,
win an election and then
Pacquiao
quit.
started his
Oh, dude.
professional boxing career at the age of 16. He gained popularity with his frequent victories and knockouts that have earned
Isn't he
him
also a
fans around the
singer?
world.
Yeah.
He's everything. Professional
Pacquiao was
basketball
named Fighter
player.
of the
We've
Decade
played his music
by
on this
international
Yeah, we did,
boxing
did.
associations, and his fans called him the pound-for-pound king.
That's in Los Angeles.
One of his biggest fights was his showdown with American boxer Floyd Mayweather in 2015, which he lost.
All right.
Pacquiao has won world
What a
titles
shitty
in
Yeah,
thing
how
to put in
dare
there.
you? How
8
dare you?
different
He's
weight
like
divisions.
68 and
But now
3,
he's
and you
facing
bring
an
up his
uphill
one
battle
loss.
to tackle his country's numerous challenges, ranging from dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic.
Everybody lost to Mayweather,
corruption,
bitch.
and
Yeah,
gang
yeah,
violence.
yeah.
In 2016, Pacquiao provoked a storm of controversy after saying people in same-sex relationships are, quote, worse than animals.
Well,
road to next year's
hold
presidential
on.
That might be a
election will not be
translation
easy.
thing.
There are many obstacles
Which
to overcome,
animals? All of them?
but Manny Pacquiao already has one huge advantage.
Hey, boss, because I could
Millions of
argue.
Filipinos know his name.
I could argue people in same-sex and opposite-sex relationships are worse than dogs. Everybody loves a dog.
Right. No, I mean, I would put dogs above 90% of people.
I would take Joni the dog any day of the week over Brad and Angelina together. So, which animals is a very important question. If he's saying they're worse than chickens, now we're in some trouble.
He's like, no. That was a statement about how much I love animals. I have no problem with homosexuals at all.
I had to argue for veganism.
This is lost in translation.
I love that PETA's like, we agree.
He was like, no, you don't understand. I love homosexuals so much that was my example to say that I put animals above my most beloved humans.
Manny Pacquio, or
There you go, Manny.
if you're listening, or maybe if one of our Filipino fans can get that message over to him, that's a great line.
That's
to
a
take.
great spin.
That's a great spin. Brian and I are going to be some of the top political consultants that the Philippines have ever seen. There's no question about that. I was kind of on the fence, but after watching that highlight reel, I'm in 100% on Manny Pacquiao.
I mean, he's better than Duarte. The guy who potentially may have said homosexuals are worse than animals is a far leftier candidate than the guy in power right now.
Look.
So that's what you're working with.
America has problems. I'm with you guys on that one, but that's a rough
Joe
place to be.
Biden's on camera saying he believes marriage is something that is between a man and a woman.
Yeah.
He's on looking right into a camera saying that.
In his defense, I don't think he knew what he was saying. I still don't
No,
think
this is back in the day.
when he didn't know what he was saying back then either. Although we'll cover this on a later show, but apparently an independent source has verified the Hunter Biden
He's running for office.
No, remember the laptop and,
Yeah.
and the New York Post got shut down?
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently a third party has verified that the laptop was correct. Like it was actually, it did verify the emails that showed that Hunter Biden had like deals with China in which Hunter Biden was holding 10% stake in this Chinese energy company as a placeholder for Joe Biden.
Yep.
He was holding it for his dad.
Yep.
Whatever. But, who cares?
Well, listen.
Hey, who cares?
It's the problem was the venue, the New York Post. Like, if your party is clinging to the New York Post as your number one source of investigative journalism, you're fucked already.
Yeah, that's a very
Because, it's just a brand thing. Like, when you hear, the New York Post wasn't allowed to report this, and you're like, yeah, they shouldn't be allowed to report on anything.
How dare you?
They're fucking insane.
We've based our logo on the New York Post logo because we are lockstep with the New York Post.
Yeah, they're
around here.
funny.
They're the best news.
They're the funniest news source.
Without a question.
For sure, they're funny. I love them.
All right, let's get
Osama bin Wankin.
Oh, that was the best. Yeah, that rolled. Haitian. So apparently, we are experiencing a Haitian migration crisis right now. I didn't even know Haitians could migrate to the U.S. illegally. I didn't think that was an issue.
You thought they had a Cuban thing?
I thought it was kind of a Cuban thing, but apparently they're kind of coming through Mexico.
South America.
Through South America.
The journey is horrendous.
So they start in Haiti, which
is this the Al Jazeera article?
No. This is
It's just an AJ Plus.
This is AJ Plus, but this is just the footage of the whipping. I think I have another article where they kind of go into it.
So they're somehow, I don't know how they're getting to South America. Obviously, some kind of boat.
So Haiti is somewhere, right?
It's in the Caribbean.
It's somewhere between here and Europe. Okay.
South of Cuba.
South of Cuba. They're getting to South America.
They're getting to South America.
Cruise through Central America.
And apparently there's this according to Al Jazeera, there's this pass that's kind of famous for like just being like kind of like how you would imagine Sherwood Forest really was if it wasn't for children.
Sure.
It's like none shall pass, like a lot of rape, kidnapping, murder, kind of. So once you get through there, then you get into Mexico, and then they got across the border, and then they were placed under this bridge. This is where they were staged by the American government. The United States government under Joseph Biden.
They took the Red Hot Chili Peppers
staged these
foreign policy
yes,
approach. We got
under the bridge is where I put my Haitians today. I stored my Haitians away. So they staged all of them under this bridge, and then the video will take it from here.
A crisis at the border as thousands of Haitian migrants camp under the bridge in Del Rio.
Wait, can we pause it real quick? Also, the word crisis, the only reason it's a crisis is because they don't want to the idea that the United States government can't take in 10,000 people, we would not notice 10,000 people.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's an invented crisis.
Yeah, without a question. Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, not to be too. That's not really worst hour stuff.
No, you know what? We'll let it slip back.
Okay.
We'll allow it for today.
Iterating its position, they may have made that trip and risked their lives just to be returned
Look how
back
cute
to
these
Haiti.
kids are. You're going to turn down these cute little Haitian kids?
Alejandro Mayorkas visited Del Rio today. Ken's 5 border reporter Vanessa Croy is live there with the latest. Vanessa?
And now we toss to the whitest woman
on the planet. Well, Devin, Aaron, we have just learned there are still 10,000 migrants encamped under that bridge here in Del Rio, but that's down from almost 15,000 last week. Now, officials said today that thousands of migrants have been bused to processing centers across the state, and many have been flown back to their homeland. The Secretary Mayorkas said he visited that area under the bridge today and said the situation was heartbreaking and tragic.
I love that, by the way. So I got some good news and some bad news. Good news. For the first time ever, you're going to see an airplane. For the first time ever, you will sit down in an airplane. You will travel far distances.
There'll be a beverage cart.
There's going to be peanuts.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even know what those are.
Biscotti.
You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Yeah.
Bad news. We're sending you back to Haiti, and we're giving you your name to the new Haitian president. We're putting you on a list, which all the Haitian authorities know about.
Yeah. Now, the new coup government.
This is the Homeland Secretary, or I'm sorry, the Secretary of Homeland.
I believe that's Mike Ehrmantraut from Breaking Bad.
Doesn't he? He has he's Hispanic, and this whole time I was hearing like a Hispanic name. I was picturing like a Mexican dude. I mean, he may be Mexican, but he is certainly the whitest passing. I mean, he makes Tyler look like he's Oaxacan.
Yeah.
Damn, that's it. Have I said that before? That's what we used to call, like, whenever they're calling my dad. Like,
I think you taught me that.
Very Mexican.
You taught me
Oaxaca way,
and I took it on.
Oaxaca way.
I took it on like a racist Native American superpower. Where I was like, now I learned a new racist thing to say. All right.
All right. Let's listen to Breaking Bad.
We are communicating, as we have now for months, loudly and clearly, that irregular migration,
got the eyebrows every
perilous
chick's after.
journey, is not the journey to take. One risks one's life, the life of one's loved ones, for a mission that will not succeed.
Shame on that.
We have been, we are, and we will continue to exercise the public health authority of the Centers for Disease Control in light of the fact that this country and this world is confronting a pandemic.
You're using COVID as a reason to
How
fly
the situation
these people
developed
back.
last week.
Suck my cock.
And throwing huge shame on
Listen,
that.
have I used COVID to get out of some things?
Certainly.
Of course.
Certainly.
But not to throw 10,000 Haitians back into the fucking fire.
Yesterday, a homeless guy asked me for change. I said, COVID, I can't hand it to you, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know what happened to me yesterday was I was doing a show. I had a drink ticket in my hand and I had 50 cents. And I went to my car and a homeless guy asked me, "Hey, you got 50 cents?" I said, "Absolutely." And I gave him the 50 cents and I accidentally gave him the drink ticket. And I was like, can I get that ticket back? Because it's for what I didn't even explain to him what it was for. And the guy said, "I'll give you the ticket for $2.
What a badass.
A fucking badass.
That is a great move.
And then I was like, you know what? You're fine or whatever. And I walked away and he started yelling at me. He's like, "You want me to suck your dick too?" I think he just wanted to suck my dick.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to.
I think he was just down. All right. Are they going to show the whipping? Let's go to the whipping video. Tyler, take us to the whipping cam. We have a whipping cam here.
Yeah, let's take us to the reenactment of Django Unchained.
So
cosplay.
Now, I picked this video specifically because not only does this video highlight the whipping that they're doing at the border, but also some of these border guards say some crazy shit. Have you heard this, Tyler? Hit play on this. So we're looking at multiple guards here.
On horses for some reason.
Yeah. Doing some whipping as people try to get into...
Hey, you use your women? This is why your country...
Oh, shit!
I hadn't seen this.
This is wild, right?
Yeah. He just tried to run a kid over with his horse.
He literally yells, "This is why your country's shit."
Yeah, you use women.
Because you use women. It's like, absolutely, we all use women, dog. Stop trying to act like that's uniquely their thing.
Yeah.
We use women for shit here, too. We're having a hard time, yada, yada, yada. Our kids don't have diapers, blah, 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 blah. We're sad.
Tragedy.
Saddest thing you've ever read. Ah, man, what a brutal...
How do you get... Who pitched the idea, let's store these people under a bridge?
Yeah, it's...
Like, it makes the detention centers seem like they would be... Like, God, I wish I could get into these detention centers.
Damn, those cages. Yeah, those cages look cushy.
Yeah, where are those cages that the kids are in? Can we get in there?
Yeah.
Like, it's unreal. And this crisis is all under Joseph Biden, just to let you know it's a continuation of the same fucking policy of Trump and the same policy as Obama.
That's really what this is all about. This is not about the fact that this is happening. It's just that it's like...
It's always happening.
It's always happening at any given time. And one person might be meaner about it than the other one. But the guy who's being mean about it, I hate to be one of these guys who's like, at least Trump is saying it how it is or whatever. But in some respects, you have to go like, well, I can't help but respect that more. I really can't.
It is. There's something extra stingy about the fact that Joseph Biden has his fucking pronouns in his bio and he's still doing this shit.
Yeah.
There's something, at least Trump's like a pig. There's no lipstick on this pig.
Yeah, exactly. So, very sad. But I will say this. I am impressed with them for just using whips. Like, that's pretty impressive. Like, dog, we use way more than whips on our own black people. I was expecting them to be like bullets and whatever. On some level, there is a part of me that's like, only whips, huh?
And like, remember, we've covered this extensively. There was an assassination. A president was assassinated by the way, organized by two people living comfortably in Florida. And then there was the fucking earthquake, and then there was the hurricane. Like, this is the July and August they had. They had a destabilized government, an earthquake, and then a fucking hurricane.
Let the Haitians in.
10,000. You would not notice 10,000 people.
Brian and I will employ 5,000 of them easily. Not going to get great wages, but they'll be better than being off in
subtitling
Haiti.
Into Creole for us, so we'll get into the Creole market.
Ooh, I like that. If you're listening and you're maybe under a bridge right now, email us jobs.
I wonder what the craziest place somebody's listening to our podcast is. Like the most desperate situation, which our voices were also being heard.
There was a good point where there was a lot of like weird East African.
We have Nairobi listeners, but to me, I feel like if you're listening to a Western podcast in Nairobi, maybe
you're an expat or
something. You have some kind of nice living situation.
And now, granted, the circumstances which took you there, I'm sure, are tragic. I'm sure you're running from something or running to something. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Either way, horrendous stuff.
So Tyler and I are in a group chat, and Tyler sent the video. Have you seen these guys whipping these Haitians? And then a friend of ours goes, oh, that's not a whip, that's a lasso.
Trying to catch them?
Yeah. But what a funny thing to be. They're not whipping them, they're just lassoing them.
Yeah. I initially, I remember thinking like, I don't think they're whipping them. I think they're whipping the horses. And this is just, no. They would never do that to a horse.
No. That horse has a name. They don't know any of their names.
Combing the horse's hair.
Yeah. Isn't it sad that you're like, dude, if they whip that horse, those fuckers would be would be over.
Yeah.
White chicks would step in and solve this problem completely.
It's kind of the Manny Pacquiao theory.
It really is. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna skip Gabby Petito. We'll talk about that on the Patreon. It's sad, but well, there's a lot of thoughts on that. I really, there's a couple things I wanted to do about the Taliban, but I'm gonna skip all of it. It's fine. You know what it is. It's all happening. They're on swan boats. It was all great.
Yeah, the swan boats is funny. The barbers are out of work because nobody's cutting their hair, shaving their face
People
anymore.
are too scared to get cool haircuts in Afghanistan. It's a rough time.
Yeah, you don't really want anybody putting a blade to your neck right now.
No,
Not in this situation.
I really read an interview with the barber that was like, people are scared that the Taliban is going to call them on their haircut. So,
Nobody's getting the Cristiano Ronaldo anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen, get faded, like a faded haircut for your freedom. Like, I get a cool haircut this weekend just because you can. We got to check out the final or the first ever official interview with Omar Bin Laden. Now, here's what's great. This is on NBC's show.
Is that Shepard?
No, dude, they got this new guy who has a very Spanish name. What's that name, Tyler?
Llamas.
Tyler, you're fluent in Spanish? Or you just...
I don't speak Spanish.
But you kind of... When you see a Spanish word, you know how it's pronounced.
Yeah. They would make fun of me if I didn't say the words
If
right
you didn't say
when I
it
was a kid.
correctly. Yeah. Okay, so you figured it out. All right. Whitest dude on the planet. But they gave a Hispanic guy a time slot on NBC to kind of really show
What's his last name? Llamas what?
No, his first name is Tom.
Tom Llamas.
Very much a Tio
Is it Tom?
Tomas.
Tom?
I'm sure.
Tom?
The least they could have done was called him Tomas Llamas.
I'm Tom Llamas.
But this is the first ever interview with Omar Bin Laden in the U.S., and he delivered, dude. He delivered. Hit
My
play.
top story has an exclusive interview with the son of Osama bin Laden. NBC News senior international correspondent Keir Simmons has more on Omar bin Laden and the impact of being raised by the world's most notorious terrorist.
With a beret and a moustache.
Wow.
As a landscape painter. Take a closer look at his face and the way he signs his paintings.
He's an artist,
OBL.
baby!
He is the son of one of the world's most notorious killers, Osama bin Laden, raised to be an Al-Qaeda leader. Omar bin Laden now lives in Normandy, France.
He literally has the greatest artist look I've ever seen in my entire life.
In his first US television interview, he weighs his word carefully, telling us his childhood memories influence much of his work.
It's not that great.
No, it's shitty paintings, which I'm really happy that.
This is such a rich kid thing.
Oh, dude, the richest kid.
Yeah.
This canvas depicting Afghanistan's...
No, it
horrible
doesn't.
romances.
That's not Afghanistan.
That's some Bob Ross learn how to paint mountains.
That's the shittiest. He just took a sponge and made triangles with the sponge.
So much, and I live in it for a while.
He literally is dressed like he's trying to get cast as a French artist.
No, French people would call that racist.
Schooled in the ideology.
He's in French face.
He is in France. He's in Normandy.
Yeah.
The most remembering time in my life. One of the toughest run through so many pain.
Hit pause real quick. I do love, not only does he look super artistic, but he sounds super Arab.
Yeah.
So he's like, he's got a beret on, a thick mustache, he's wearing like a vest, and he's like, I want to say they are remembering. Very Arab. Like,
What do you think Osama would say about this?
dude, he talks about it right now. He talks about how him and his clash with OBL. Well, OBL Senior.
Yeah.
And suffering.
In his memoir, he describes his father's mad world. Omar says on one occasion, his pet puppies were used for chemical weapons experiments. He says he was even taught to drive a tank.
I'm sorry. That's a...
Well, you buried the lead there, big guy.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you're complaining about learning to drive a tank?
Yeah, that's sick. The puppy thing, bad.
Trillions spent on fighting and killing people when there is so many countries with very poorness.
He's not very articulate, which I love.
He's not an artist at all.
I love it.
He has nothing to say.
From Afghanistan.
I think Biden done the best decision since 20 years ago.
Moving on from the past, remains a struggle in the Middle
His outfit is the best.
It's the greatest outfit I've ever
He's
seen.
wearing like a vest over a dress shirt.
After September 11. And from that day...
He's dressed like a French baker from the 20s.
Yeah, he's dressed like he just saw Midnight in Paris.
Yeah.
With a lot of millions of the people around the world.
Is he asleep? Why is he so tired?
I'm curious. Omar Bin Laden, it seems, is seeking sympathy. How strongly has he disavowed his father, who killed so many innocent people, then hid out while even more people died?
What a bullshit way to frame
Isn't that
question.
such a bullshit question?
Well, you know, Tom, he has said of his upbringing, I couldn't stand it. I hated it. Osama bin Laden brutalized even his own children. They weren't even allowed to smile or to laugh. Ultimately, walked away.
That ends the soul. We've covered it on the show.
Yeah, Ramsey's like, I grew up the same way.
Same way.
Signs his paintings OBL. Does he fear for his life at all being out in the public like this as an artist? And how does he support himself living in France trying to be a painter?
There's some couple $1 trillion construction company that's financing him.
Recognize him when they realize
He claims
who he is, confrontations. But, you know, honestly, nothing could be as frightening as being brought up by Osama bin Laden. And he says he was pretty much cut off by the bin Laden family. So
pretty much.
Pretty much. Pretty much means I only got a few mil.
Yeah.
Keir Simmons with that top story.
All right, kill it.
We thank you for that.
Pretty much.
That's pretty much cut off. Yeah. You know, $1 trillion company, when you get 10 million, it's fucking trash,
Yeah,
basically.
that's nothing. They pay more of that in a day in taxes.
There's no way he's making any money on his paintings.
He's never gotten in a confrontation over his father.
I'll tell you what though, I will, if those paintings are affordable, we're gonna buy one and put it up, dude.
Will you see if Omar Bin Laden has an art sale?
Is he got a Pinterest page or something? we can support, dude.
He's dressed like a Prussian soldier.
He looks so funny, but it makes so much sense if you really want to disavow that look.
I mean, you couldn't,
You couldn't get more opposite.
Right.
Zero beard or a little bit of beard. Look, unfortunately, as an Arab, a clean shave is 5 o'clock shadow. Like as soon as that razor comes down, there's a 5 o'clock shadow. So there's only so much he can do. But
the rest of him is like he's gone a little Lebanese, if you will.
I do love that they tried to make it a point to be like Bin Laden was even mean to his own children. That kind of makes Bin Laden better in my eyes. So I'm like, all right, he treated everybody the same.
Yeah, he took an active role in his children's lives.
He didn't go like death to Americans, but life to my children. He went like death to everybody.
Right. Also, it's just like you would think that he'd be now I'm too busy trying to wage jihad, but the fact that he's even spending time with his children.
Spending time making sure they're not smiling, making sure they're not laughing. Look at his fucking picture. God, I love him. Nothing for sale. All right, we'll find it. He does look like he could be a producer of some kind, though. I would give him a producer.
Yeah, porn. Some kind, let's be real.
All the relevant links will be in the show notes. You got to watch this video, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great video.
That's the most fantastic outfit I've ever seen. Whoa, did he paint his dad?
No. That's too good. That's a pretty good paint. That's a pretty cool painting.
Yeah.
But hey, fantastic show today. Be sure to check out the show. All social media platforms, Worst Hour Pod. Subscribe to our Patreon. Do me a favor, follow Tyler on all of his social media platforms at Tyler Gizzard. That's guitar with a Z.
He's available for private events if you want to have him come to your house and do stand-up
He'll do stand-up for you.
If you pay him.
Tyler,
I got 5 minutes.
He's got a solid, super strong 5, and then he can talk about his hands for a little bit.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe that could be your diversity thing. Like you guys don't even know what it's like to be born with such small hands.
I'm half Mexican, half a tiny hand.
Also, if you're a hot chick, follow Tyler. You have to follow. We have a lot of babes here.
Oh yeah, we got a single member of the crew now. Sorry.
Can I say it? Is it official?
Sorry. Jesus.
Paperwork is filed.
Thank God we're not.
Phrase that pays this week is Tyler, the paperwork is filed. Tyler is on the market, ladies and gentlemen. So, show him some love. Send him a picture of your tits. Whatever you got.
Tyler he finally woke up.
Follow Bryan at Mr. Bryan Vokey, Bryan J. Vokey.
I just do Instagram and TikTok.
Instagram and TikTok is where it's at.
I mean, when you are this beautiful, you want to stay on the visual apps.
You don't want to waste time with the other stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. San Diego. I'm going to be in San Diego September 29th. Come out to that show. I'll be in Plano, Texas, November 4th through the 7th. That's a suburb outside of Dallas, I'm finding out. The most affluent city in the United States. So excited to be there. Go to my website, ramsbad.com, for the rest of my dates. Anything else you have to plug these people?
All my local shows are on my Instagram, but this March, the Euro Tour is coming back. I'm going to Norway, England, Switzerland, and Germany.
French Bry. You're not going to go to France?
Probably not.
I was so excited to call
people.
you French Bry. Like French fry?
Yeah, I get it.
But fry?
Yeah, for
because
sure.
you spell your name with a Y, too.
I do.
So it's actually perfect.
People always tell me I spell my name with a Y. I had no say in the matter.
You had no say in the matter. That's true. Your parents spelled it with a Y.
Yeah, I've seen Ramsey spelled...
With a Z?
Yeah, I've seen it spelled so many different
It
ways.
looks ridiculous with a Z.
But with Z, no E, too. I've seen that.
Z-I?
Yeah, no, Z-Y.
That's ridiculous.
R-A-M-Z-Y.
I like that, actually. I actually like R-A-M-Z-Y. That's pretty sick. I like that. I'm going to start changing my name to that one. Fuck it. Who cares? Hey, man, if you got nothing else to say, I got nothing else to say. On behalf of everybody here at the Worst Hour Nation, thank you so much for listening. We'll be back next week, same time. Peace. Be on to the prophet.
Long live Omar Bin Laden's artwork. Jesus Christ.
No guarantee it'll be the same time.
Thank you for listening to the Worst Hour of the Week with Brian Vokey and Ramsey Badawi. Peace be unto the prophet. Okay,